Hello everyone, this is Shekinah Luisa L. Amarido, and let's talk about mythology. In Greek mythology, Alcyone and Ceyx were husband and wife who suffered the wrath of the god Zeus. Alcyone was a princess from Thessaly. She was either Enartes and Aegeus' daughter by King Eleus of Aeola. She was the sister of Salmonus, Athamas, Sisyphus, Crithus, Pyrrhus, Dionysus, Magnes, Calice, Canace, Pisides, and Pyramid. According to Pseudo-Apollodorus, this couple often called each other Zeus and Hera in a disrespectful way. This made Zeus angry, so while Ceyx was at sea, according to Ovid to talk to an oracle, he killed Ceyx with a thunderbolt. Soon after that, Morpheus, the god of dreams, came to Alcyone dressed as Ceyx to tell her what would happen to her husband. She jumped into the sea because of grief, and out of kindness the god turned them both into common kingfishers, which they named after her. Ovid and Hyginus also talked about how Ceyx and Alcyone changed after he died in a terrible storm, but they leave out the part about how they called each other Zeus and Hera, which made Zeus angry as a reason. On the other hand, it is said that Alcyone kept praying at the altar of Hera for Ceyx's safe return, even though she didn't know he had died in a shipwreck. Ovid also says that she saw his body wash up on the shore before she tried to kill herself. Virgil refers to the myth in the Georgics, but again he doesn't talk about Zeus' anger. Both Ovid and Hyginus attribute to the derivation of Halcyon days to the transformation, which refers to the 7 days in winter when there are no storms. According to legend, these were the 14 days each year, 7 days on either side of the shortest day of the year, during which Alcyone, as kingfisher, lay her eggs and built her nest on the beach, while her father Aleus, the god of the winds, calmed the winds and waves so she could do it so safely. Aleus controls the wind, allowing the bird couple to care for their young. Since then, the phrase has to come to apply to any period of tranquility. Its actual meaning, however, is that of a lucky break or a brilliant interval set in the midst of difficulty, just as according to the story, days of a quiet and mild weather are set in the middle of the winter for the kingfisher's egg-laying. However, kingfishers do not live near the water. Therefore, Ovid's story is not based on actual observations of the species and instead relates to a legendary bird that was eventually identified as a kingfisher. Robert Graves, an English poet, gave the following account of the myth of Alcyone creation in his book, The Greek Myths. Since the halcyon does not build a nest but instead lays its egg in holes by the water edge, the halcyon's nest legend can only refer to the birth of a new sacred king on the winter solstice. After the queen who stands in for his mother, the moon goddess, has taken the body of the previous king to a sepulchral island, since the winter solstice does not always fall on the same phase of the moon. The phrase "every year" should be taken to mean every great year, which consists of 100 lunar months. It was at the end of this period that solar and lunar time became roughly synchronized, marking the end of Sacred King's reign. Alcyone was the name given to Meleager's wife Cleopatra by Homer, the Iliad, and Homer also associates the Halcyon with a daughter of Aleus, the guardian of the winds. Therefore, the name Halcyon must refer to Alcyone, the queen who wards off evil, rather than the commonly assumed meaning of Halcyon, sea hound. The narrative of Alcyone and Ceyx and the method by which Zeus and Hera punished them lend credence to this etymology. Like the Halcyon of Cyprus, the Sema was considered sacred to the sea goddesses Aphrodite or Leucothea. However, this aspect of the narrative is not necessarily to emphasize seafaring Aeolians who had previously accepted the worship the pre-Hellenic moon goddess as their divine ancestress and protectress, apparently became subservient to Zeus worshipping Alcyone late in the 2nd millennium BC and were compelled to adopt the Olympian religion. Johannes Thales said that the name Zeus had previously been given to lesser kings but that it should now be used only to refer to the creator god. While graves of Zeus were displayed at Knossos, Mount Ida, and Mount Dicte, 3 separate cult centers on Crete, the ancient mystical nation that Zeus was born and died annually persisted into Christian times. An outraged Callimachus lamented the fact that the Cretans are always liars in his hymn to Zeus. Even your tomb, Lord, has been constructed by them. However, thou art not dead, rather thou art alive forever. You can find this quote in the book of Titus. Pliny, who provides a detailed description of Halcyon's purported nest, which is presumably the zoophyte term Halcyonium by Linnaeus, claims that the halcyon is rarely observed and only then around 2 solstices, that the setting of the Pleiades. All of this proves that she was originally a lunar manifestation, the goddess of life and death during the winter solstice and death in life during the summer solstice, and the one responsible for sending the sacred king's death summons at the beginning of each great year around the time the Pleiades set in the sky. Another Alcyone, the Pleiades leader, was named after her mother Pleione, the sailing queen who was the daughter of Atlas. The nautical year began with Pleiades' heliacal rise in May and ended with their setting, when, as Pliny recalls in a passage on the Halcyon, a particularly chilly north wind blew. The Aeolians, renowned seafarers, worshipped the goddess Alcyone because she shielded them from rocks and bad weather until Zeus destroyed Ceyx's ship with a thunderbolt. Despite her powers, even yet, the Halcyon was attributed with the ability to calm down storms, and its dried body was employed as a talisman to ward against Zeus' lightnings. Apparently on the theory that if lightning strikes the same place twice, it won't strike again. Around the time of the winter solstice, the Mediterranean tends to be tranquil. Even though one of the Pleiades in mythology was named Alcyone, Graves provides no evidence that she was the leader of the group or that they even had a leader. Even though Graves asserts this in The White Goddess, no supporting mythological or scholarly quotations are provided. So that is all about Ceyx and Alcyone's story on how they became kingfishers. So thank you so much for watching and listening to this video, and if you have any opinions or if you have any corrections about my story, please put it or cite it here at the comment box. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.